in your house, 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 in your house, 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 in your house, 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 in your house, 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 house. In your house, 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 in
Bada boom, realest one in the room. How you doing? I'm a certified G, bona fide stud. You can't teach that, and you are tuned in to IYH.
Hi, this is Isla Dawn, and you're watching In Your House podcast. This is Alexis Littlefoot, the Big Flexer, and this is In Your House.
Bada boom, realest one in the room. How you doing?
This is AEW's Darby Allen, and you're listening to In Your House podcast.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We as them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Bumpers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smooth. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I'm in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work. When it comes to this professional wrestling business, and guys, we're coming at you on a Wednesday, early on a Wednesday, because, man, I got to tell you, we've been putting out that content. We've been getting those guests. We've been getting great guests. And I got to tell you, I have got a guest today. And this guest, I mean, just killing it on all fronts, doing her thing. I got a chance to finally meet her in person, and that was at the expo over there in Indy. The Squared Circle Expo was a great time. And man, interesting character, interesting journey, and we're gonna get into it for sure. And that is Paige Collett. She is also known as Black Dahlia. She's here on In Your House. How's it going, Paige?
Hello, everyone. This is me, Paige Collett.
You know, you know what? I am excited to have you on. Because usually when I see you, you're doing. I see you on promos on like social media on IG and stuff, and it's like you got that real big energy. Cutie with a booty, hottie with a body. I'm like, and
Yes,
honestly,
that's
it's
it.
like
That's
it's
it.
interesting.
Money.
It's interesting to see you turn down because I'm so used to seeing you turned up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like I'll shoot you straight. I got 6 interviews, 6 podcasts today,
Yeah,
back to back to back, and then
yeah.
I have to go on tour of JCW and do TV tapings with them for the next Thursday through Sunday. So I'm just like kind of like zoned in. I'm locked in, but of
Yeah,
course, I mean, the gimmick is the gimmick, of course. The wrestling
yeah.
gimmick, but also I feel like the wrestling gimmick is just an amplified version of myself. So, you get both. You definitely get both.
Get a little bit of mix of both. Yeah, no doubt. I dig it. So I do appreciate you making time because, like you said, you got 6 interviews. You're about to
Yeah,
tour
it's
with
wild.
JCW. It's
Today's
like,
a today's
whew,
a
you're
media
working.
day, and then
Yeah.
I'm doing TV straight for like 4 days, and then after that, I think I have CCW, and then
I think I have a horror con in New Jersey with my mentor Don Marie, and then after that is NWA tapings. So a lot. There's a lot going on, and that's just like in the next 2 weeks.
And we'll definitely get into that though, but let's back up a little bit because when I was finally able to get some of your time, like I we because you've cooked so hard, in my opinion, me being a professional wrestling manager and you kind of taking that same journey right now, but that's the point that I'm getting to is like you made sure to let me know like what is this pro wrestling personality you speak of? I'm a professional wrestler and I really appreciated that when you said that and like was like, hey, I'm just letting you know what I am and who I am and what my goals are. Because a lot of people see you and they see you doing the management thing. You do it really well. I've got a chance to see a lot of your work as a manager, and like you'll
Right.
get in the mix. You will get in the mix. I've seen you take all kinds of spots and bumps, and you're just such a pivotal.
That's the beauty of my story, you know. Like
Yeah,
when I was an actor and that got involved with wrestling, and when I became a professional wrestler, you know, of course I trained just under a year under Funaki, and then
yeah,
just under a year out in LA under Rikishi. So becoming a professional wrestler was really important to me, but uh, being having a wrestling accident, being put in a wheelchair, activating a rare disease. I am too sick to wrestle. So
yeah,
to sacrifice so much to become a professional wrestler, I am a professional wrestler, and I make sure everyone knows it. I am 1,000% a professional wrestler because there's a lot of people that you would consider wrestlers, and they haven't. They couldn't lace my fucking boots. They haven't done half of the sacrifice or half of the grind I did to become a wrestler, just to be sick the rest of my life and not be able to walk straight. So I can't even have matches right now.
yeah,
So the art of what I'm doing is I got out of a wheelchair, you know. I taught myself how to walk again. So when you guys have been meeting me, the only thing I could do was podcast, was meet and greets, was to ballet. And then I
mhm,
was like, you know, this isn't enough. This is not enough for me. I am a professional wrestler. So building for the past 2 years, growing my career finally, I ended up wanting to prove I am a wrestler. I was like, fuck it, feed me to the boys, feed me to the girls, feed me to them. I am a wrestler. And so instead of just valeting, when I go out there as a manager, I am taking moves, I'm giving moves, and I'm bringing a unique art to managing. And I feel like managing, it's a lost art. And
oh yeah, oh yeah,
I want like, even though God's made me sick the rest of my life, and even though I am sick and I'm not in remission, my disease is very much active. I'm not able to wrestle. But yeah, to summarize, I think becoming a wrestling personality and being a wrestling personality, there's no shame in that, and there's a place for everyone in wrestling, whether you're behind the cameras or in front of the cameras, whether you're a ref, manager, or whether you're wrestling. But yeah, to make it abundantly clear to everyone, I am 1,000% a professional wrestler.
absolutely. And I respect that. I respect the grind that you're on and the journey that you're on. Okay, for my listeners out there that are hearing you for the first time, could we get a little specific? What is it? What is the specific illness that you deal with?
Right. So, a little backstory to feed into it.
Sure, sure.
When I had already trained for like a year under Funaki, I was scouted by Rikishi, and he invited me to go to LA. I was a poor college kid, you know. I had no money, so my shoot job was at Walmart. So I was one of the only females at the time, which mind you, this was 9 years ago. I um I was one of the only females unloading the semi trucks and working night shift. So I ended up um having to sleep out of my vehicle, which was a shitty ass vehicle that had no air conditioning.
Wow.
I had to sleep in my vehicle in the hot LA sun in the daytime, shower at a Planet Fitness, work out at a Planet Fitness, just to go and train under Rikishi. I did that shit for just under a year, and I did their shows, I did their student matches, you know, like I became I've been in the business for like goodness. At that time, got involved when I was 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
worked the indies as a manager for a minute, did my training with Funaki and Rikishi. So By that time, I'd have been in the business for 4 years, or I would say, and
Wow.
I absolutely fell in love with it. And then to be put in a wheelchair and not being able to get my passport, go to other countries, travel just America, get my reps and grind on the indies. See, I already had that grit in me. I already had the sacrifice. And it's like, okay, okay, I'm going to be, my family's not going to support this. My friends are not going to support this. My hometown is not going to support this. They think wrestling's trash. I was told to my
Mm.
face wrestling's trash. So
Wow.
I was abandoned at 18 to become a professional wrestler. And to be put in a wheelchair and not have a career, and then to be mocked by some people, not you, but they're to be told, oh, well, you're not a wrestler. And it's like, no, I am a professional wrestler. I did more than half of you would ever do in your life to become a professional wrestler. I sacrificed everything. And even to when I was put in the wheelchair, though, to answer the question, wrestlers get hurt. We get hurt,
Yeah.
you have surgeries, you get better, or it's just a part of the game. But when my sickness or when my accident didn't get better and I was condemned to a wheelchair, we knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And for 7 years, I went undiagnosed. But what happened was a neurological disease was activated with my wrestling injury, and it's called CRPS.
Yeah.
It's called CRPS stands for Complex Regional Pain Syndrome, and it's not only a rare disease, but I went 7 years undiagnosed. I went to 15 different doctors. I had 4 different surgeries to try to fix the problem. I was
Oh my
butchered.
God.
And for 15 doctors to not know what was going on, they didn't know how to save my life. And to be abandoned by the medical field, the medical community, just to be told finally 7 years later, because I've only been diagnosed for 2 years. We're on 9 years of being sick now. I
Yeah.
have an active disease that is labeled the most painful pain known to mankind.
Mm.
And let
Mm-mm.
that absorb the most painful pain known to man. Think about all the pains you've ever endured in your life. It's not a dick measuring context. This
Right.
is
Right.
this is
Right.
a
Right.
this is facts. This is science. This is facts, and we're educating the world. It's not that, oh, my cock's bigger than anyone, or oh,
Right.
I'm
Right. Right.
sicker than anyone. It's
Right.
about educating the world. This is the most painful pain known to man. I have it. It's activated by wrestling, and it's spread. It's spread full body, and there's no cure. Now there are people that if you catch the sickness and you can contain it, and a lot of people just pump themselves with opioids and pain pills, you can possibly go into remission. And some people have reached remission, so they don't feel this pain. I have never reached remission, and I was abandoned by the medical community for 7 years, raw dogging the most painful pain known to mankind. My brain damage is the PTSD. It's blasphemous what scientists are saying my brain damage and PTSD is compared to. I'll let the professionals tell you what that is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm literally having people reach out to me and talking to me about, how did I survive this? How did I survive for so long?
I'm wondering that too. And on top of that, not only the fact that you've dealt with the most painful pain, but to be able to rise the way that you have and to be able to come into the wrestling business as prominent as you have with everything that you've dealt with. It's like I told you, and I have no problem saying this, but I told you in the personal messages when we were setting up this interview, you're a resilient badass. And just hearing your story firsthand, I double down on what I say. And yeah, that's your story is just incredible to see how
It
far
goes
you've
even more
come.
absurd. When the doctors
Yeah,
abandoned me, I was organically battling the most painful pain. I had no pain pills, no medicine, nothing.
yeah.
So when I taught myself how to walk again, I had to will my ass to a Planet Fitness. I had no medical rehab facility. I literally had to be in a Planet Fitness. And mind you, I was 300 pounds at this point. I put on so much weight
Wow.
while battling this disease. I was on bed rest. For when I was on bed rest, I couldn't even bathe myself. I had to be sponge bathed, and it got so bad that where I couldn't walk to the toilet and had to have my bedside toilet, I couldn't even wipe myself and clean myself after using the bathroom. That's how
Wow.
bad my health was. So to be abandoned by the medical community and go from not being able to wipe my own ass to being like, you know what, fuck you guys. I am not letting something I fell in love with, something I put a passion to and sacrifice. So I become homeless. I don't have the town, the small town community support. I don't have friends. I don't have family. I don't have anyone supporting this. If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it alone. And I did it. Worked at Walmart. All my money went to school. I fucking starved. I went 2 3 days without food because wrestling school is so fucking expensive. Just to be put in a fucking wheelchair, but that's not the end of it because wrestlers get hurt. I have a rare disease that's the most painful pain known to mankind, and I go 7 years undiagnosed. Are you shitting my dick? And then I get fat as fuck. I get 300 pounds. No, how dare you? I'm going to get something, even though wrestling doesn't owe us anything. I am a professional wrestler, and I'm going to do this. So I willed my fat ass to a Planet Fitness. I hoisted my body up while battling the most painful pain known to man, and I got on that fucking treadmill. And even though at the beginning of the year it was just 30 minutes, then by the next couple months, it got to like 2 hours. Then by the next, it got to 4 to 6. By the end of the year, and I knew no one would believe this, so I fucking filmed it. I filmed everything from being homeless to now. That's why this is going to be a doc series. I have it all
Yeah.
on camera. I
Yeah.
documented my entire life. When I taught myself how to walk again, battling this pain.
Well, it's got you muted right now.
And in the time of learning how to walk again, I lost it organically without the little shots, without weight loss surgery, without any of that bullshit. Organically, I lost 135 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
So now I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I taught myself how to walk again. This pain's not going away. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I find a doctor that
Oh, I think we might have lost you there.
sickness, like
Oh, there you are.
I have damage to my organs, like I'm not allowed to be an organ donor now. Like this
Oh
is shit.
wow.
This is real. And I'm not allowed also where this disease is so understood, even though I'm not contagious, I'm not allowed to donate blood.
Wow.
So so it's like, what am I gonna do? And what I decided to do was my body's too sick to travel. And mind you, this is the past 2 years what I did.
Yeah.
But I was like, my body's too sick to travel. I got to figure this out. So I started doing podcasts. I started speaking to the public. I started telling people about my stories of what it was like to become a wrestler and train under
Yeah.
these legends. I started going on these podcasts. That wasn't enough. I started doing virtual signings. That wasn't enough. I started making appearances in public. I started traveling in vehicles to see how my disease handles a car ride. And I started making appearances. That wasn't enough. I was like, okay, I want to manage and stuff. Like, I want to go back to my roots before I became a wrestler,
Yeah.
managing. At least I get involved with the crowd, do something. And then after doing that, I was like, that's not enough. I was like, I want to prove that I'm a wrestler. So, like, during these different spots, during these different valet roles I was having throughout the indies, I started taking moves and started giving moves, getting involved with the matches and showing, hey, I am one of the boys, but
Yeah.
also I'm sick. I can't do too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then after 2 hard years of this, I got involved. Now I'm got involved with JCW and got scouted by Violent J, and then now I'm even though for the past 2 years, as I was doing that stuff, I was dipping my toe in the NWA territories this whole time. I now am starting to work with the NWA. So it's just like it's such a cool full circle comeuppance moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, really hearing your story just makes me feel like from the age of 18, you decided that you was going to give up whatever you had to give up for wrestling and take that journey. And what came after that was a real big time tumultuous ride for you. But look where it's all landed. That's what I always tell people all the time is things happen, life happens, and it's all for us to be exactly where we end up being. And now look what you're doing now with JCW. You got a big tour coming up for the next couple of days, Thursday
Yeah.
through Sunday. I mean, it's like we're seeing in the chat here from B York, a real grinder for real. And I totally agree with that because that grind is crazy. Hearing your whole journey, your whole story. Let's talk about a little JCW. You guys, you said you got some you got some tapings and tours coming up. Let's jump into your next one coming up from Thursday to Sunday. What do you guys got going on over there, JCW?
Oh goodness, a lot of cool storytelling. There's so
Yeah.
much. The scripts just dropped, guys, and well, I mean, I guess they dropped it. Yeah. So Vince Russo emailed us. So
Ooh, okay, okay.
it's just like, so much cool, fun stuff. This is like a kid and candy story. I get to play. You know, I went to college for this. This is my playground, and
No doubt.
yeah, this is my moment. And there's a lot. But yeah, this Thursday is going to be a live show, guys.
Ooh, okay. Live show. Live show. That is you guys are moving over there at JCW. Is there anything in particular that you're excited about? Not really pulling the curtain back too much, but anything you're really excited about that you could kind of let the fans know like, hey, something might be coming
Oh, um,
without pulling the
yeah,
curtain
there's going
back
to be
too
a
much.
lot. Like honestly, it's just, um, what can I say? The ring rat. My character's about to do some wild shit. Like, guys, you
Okay,
gotta
okay.
watch. These next episodes are gonna be gnarly.
Oh man. Okay, so let's jump in. You brought it up, the ring rat character. How did this kind of formulate? Let's jump into the world of the ring rat.
As I already said, it's Violent J. He created it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I mean, JCW is his baby, and he's hired and brought on Vince Russo to write and to produce, and it's just like it's a cool mixture of those two guys, and the ring rat. She is a fun character. She's so fun. Like I try to have this. I have my hair like I go for the goth Barbie theme
Yeah,
generally, but it's more so instead of the mermaid hair, it's more like a vampire bride hair.
yeah.
And I like having the ring rat have this style of hair in a sense because she's so unhinged.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's so fascinating. Like she is such a neutral character, kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he's a heel, but also no, he's a baby. It's like she's both. So when you see her on the show, she's the exact essence of what you would think a ring rat is, and she's infatuated with each wrestler that she jumps to. And right now it's Stephen Flo,
Yeah.
and he's the grunge rocker, and she's just such an infatuated, unhinged groupie for him right now because she was this bubbly presence that was there, just ready to goof around with Disco Ray. But
Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
it's like instead of like goofy, she's like really unhinged. There's something going on with her. She's with Steven and she's how could she do that to Disco? You know, where was this
Yeah.
bubbly, goofy girl? You know, what's happened to her? And I can't wait for you guys to see.
It's exciting. She's to me, she feels like an agent of chaos. Like
Yeah, because like
she's
I
just
don't
trying
think
to have
she
a
knows
good
she does
time.
any wrong. I don't think
Yeah,
she
exactly.
understands that. I think like when she's with Disco, she was that bubbly presence, baby in your face doing goofy shit, you know. But she's sexual and she was there to hook up.
Yeah.
But then now with Steven, it's like this unhinged groupie that she absorbs the personality of who she's with for sure.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's exactly how I see it. And like I said, a real agent of chaos everywhere she goes. And she's not meaning to cause the chaos, but everywhere she goes, there's chaos that just follows her. That's just the type of
Organically, man. Like honestly, I
organically.
honestly think she's the victim.
I love it. It's a real fun character to watch and
Yeah.
watch grow. Okay, next question I have for you is this because I've always wanted to ask you this because I see you do it all the time in all the photos that you do. Every single time you have a photo op with somebody or something, you do it. What's the pose? The turnaround, boom, point down at the booty. What's the pose? What? Tell me
Right.
about the
Well, as
pose.
you guys know, I've trained under Rikishi, and he when you're out with them, like he puts gimmicks on you, and I got the ass gimmick, you know, like that was like, and even for the past so many years, getting back involved with the business, I've always texted him, you know, and he checked in on me when I was having my first surgery, and he always wanted me to come back out when I got better, but we didn't know I got sick, you know, we never
Yeah,
knew. But
yeah, of
when I got
course.
back involved with the business, like multiple times, he's told me, you know, use this thing to do the gimmick. So I'm as far as I know, I'm like the only student he ever gave permission to do the stink face, and like I'm like following in his footsteps, you know. So like the whole
Yeah,
like it's just like again, not you, but there's some fans out there that are just so fucking tone deaf, and they're like they don't get it. They think
yeah,
I'm just ass, which is fine enough, valid enough. Any person can take an ass gimmick and make it their own, and it's funny. But for
sure.
people to not realize it's a fucking work, you
Yeah,
know, like it's literally my coach Rikishi. Like it's funny. It's like and booty, you know,
yeah,
and it's just so fun. But then yeah, so the majority, not every, but the majority of things is the gimmick portraying itself
for
in real
sure.
life. So I love it.
I enjoy it too. 'Cause I felt like I knew that this would
Boys,
be a vibe because I just
Winston.
knew I understood where you were coming from. I understand what you're doing. And I'm like, it's such a fun character. She's killing it. We got some chats here. Let's hop in the chat real quick. We got Nightwing. He says the ring
Winston.
rat character is
Stop.
one of my favorites for sure in JCW. So he's a huge fan of the ring rat character. Shout out to
Yay!
Nightwing.
Thank
He's over the
you.
Yeah, he's over there in the UK. He's a fan from the UK, so he enjoys the ring rat character. That is great.
Whoop, whoop.
We have B York in the chat. He says, "Does she know where she parked her car?" I'm not sure if you remember. He helped you find your car at the Squared Circle Expo
Ah,
over in Indianapolis. Yeah,
babe. Gosh,
that
yes.
is
So,
him.
so I like shoot really do have brain damage. So I, oh, I had dropped that. So I shoot have brain damage and I am flustered as fuck. I have to go down to Memphis to do TV.
Yeah.
And I last minute, I think I was coming from I think I had to go to Violent J's house. Why is this so crooked? Um so I went from Detroit, from Violent J's house, because I had to go
Yeah.
shoot with his wife's or his girl Sarah,
Yeah.
and then last minute Rikishi told me to come to the X Square Circle Expo. I wasn't even booked. I wasn't even
Oh wow.
working.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
Rikishi just wanted me there, and then after being there all day, I'm like, dude, I literally have to drive. Like I have to leave and drive like fucking um 7+ hours to freaking Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then so I was like running out and I couldn't find my vehicle to save my life. Like everything was ass backwards. I was like, I'm gonna get kidnapped. I'm a very vulnerable, silly little girl right now. And then I ran across this random angel. Like I can't remember names. Sorry,
B
guys.
York, my boy
And
Bryce. That was my boy Bryce.
like God was like, "Here, you silly little bitch. Here's an angel." And that was your friend. And your friend was like, "I'm gonna make sure this dumb bitch doesn't like die." And I got an escort to my vehicle because I'm a celebrity.
That you are. That you are, man. We also got Connor Bills in the chat. He says, "Whoop whoop." Go check out JCW in Michigan all weekend.
Yeah, babe. Let's do a photo.
And we have Ribshot in here. Ribshot, he's awesome. He says, "Is are you shitting my dick a catchphrase?" Hey, that's a good catchphrase. That's a
Honestly, I
good
don't even
catchphrase, man.
realize I say it until people point it out. But yeah, it's something I've said for the past like I don't know 15 years, and it's just I shock people every time I say it. And I'm like, you guys have like, why is that such an odd thing to say?
It is. It's kind of
Like I
weird to
literally
hear.
think my first impression to a lot of important people in one sitting, and I'm never going to name their names, but I think the first impression I had on them, I walked into the room and I was talking, and my first thing was like, "You got to be shitting my dick," and it was literally a group of like fucking 8 people, and I was like, "Oh, I'll never survive this. I'm never going to get hired anywhere." Like it was like one of those moments, and I was like, "Yep, that's me. Hi guys,
That's
I will
it.
see
That's a
myself
wrap.
out." I did a U-turn.
That's hilarious. Oh my
But
god.
that's my first impression. That actual quote is what people had to be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah, that's wild. I dig it though. It makes you stand out. Hey, listen, I want to ask this. What's with was you ever worried or was you just a straight pro with that chainsaw? Because that huge chainsaw that you used to carry around, that was wild as shit.
The tea of that is I am the first female. Back in 2016, I became the first female to wield a chainsaw in professional wrestling. I made wrestling history.
That was wild as shit.
Mm.
Like to see you with
And
that
then
big chain, I was like, holy
after making
shit.
fucking wrestling history, technically, I ended up, which I deserve that, considering I didn't get a fucking career. I deserve a win. God, jeez. But allegedly, I'm the first person to not just female, but and it doesn't make any fucking sense because it's EC3 or ECW arena or whatever. Um, yeah, the old ECW arena. I was the first person to wield a chainsaw there.
What? What? Really?
Yeah, allegedly, I was the first person to wield one to the ring, and I was like, that makes no sense. But all right, I thought I
Considering
was
the
the first
wildness
female,
of
but okay.
ECW, that's
So I
insane.
made wrestling history twice.
That's insane. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. That's wild as fuck. That is crazy. All right. Let me ask you this. I know that you are still aspiring. I know you're actively sick and whatnot, but
yeah,
I know you're aspiring to get back in the ring. Is there any competitors that you would like to hop in the ring with once that time comes?
right. I know that I'm gonna be now that there's a lot that's gonna be going on behind the scenes throughout summer, but like
Sure,
I'm gonna
sure.
be posting a lot about it, about my training up here, but also my hopefully you guys will be able to come along on the journey with my training down in Florida as well.
Ooh,
I'll
yeah.
be able to talk more about like what I'm going to be doing as it progresses, but I want you guys to see the raw truth of my disease and how bumping and interacting with things like how it is. but because I am not in remission, I've met different people, even in the wrestling world. Like, there's like a couple people that have my disease, they've got their body in remission or not, and they're like, "You're fucking killing it" and stuff. And it's like, to be like, this, like, maybe I am making wrestling history as the first, again, I don't know. Like, I knew I'd be the first, but not the last. And I want to inspire people to keep going and that it is possible regardless how sick you are. But um if I'm blessed enough, like, I know everyone has their boot on my throat in a sense, like, and I say that loosely in a positive way, but
Yeah.
like, people, whether it's in like Canada or even Scotland or different places, people want me to wrestle like, even JCW, to when I first was reached out to the NWA, like, everywhere I go, people are like, "Hey, you ready to wrestle?" Like, everyone wants me to wrestle.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, my body just can't endure that. Like, it'd be the drizzling shits, let alone very painful. Like, I'm not. So, if I can get conditioned and if I can get healthy enough, the goal is just to have a proper manager career, like, get
Yeah.
signed and have a good. I need to make money. I need to have buy a house, pay off my vehicle. I need to
Yeah.
be able to sustain myself. This is a job. This is a business. But if I could have a match, of course, I know who I'd want my singles match to be against, and I have that in my head, and I know who it would be, and I know who it will. Like, I'm manifesting it, and to the point where it's going to happen, probably.
Yeah.
But I really, 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 really hope that if I do have a proper wrestling match, it would be with Natalia for sure.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, like, how cool and poetic would this crazy Cinderella story that I have, that's becoming a book, it's becoming a documentary, and,
Yeah.
and that maybe
Yeah.
one day will be a movie. But how insane would it be that this Cinderella faces the Queen of Hearts?
That's a cold story right there. That's a cold story. I like that a lot. I'm pushing for that. I'm saying that's gonna happen. I want to see it happen most definitely. And it'll be amazing when that time comes. So you were talking about your work as a manager, and me also being a manager. I do work over at
Oh,
Emerge
nice.
Wrestling. I do, yeah, over at Emerge Wrestling, but it's not about me. This is about you. I want to ask, like, is there any managers that you've really studied or kind of took from in your
Yeah.
time?
Well, before I became a professional wrestler, I spent some time on the indies. I was discovered by Bobby Blaze,
Okay,
and
okay,
right
yeah,
before him, I was at OVW. A lot of people don't know this, but I was at OVW with Rip Rogers when they were at the TNA territories. It wasn't, because before, it was OVW was WWE territory,
yes, yeah,
and then they went to their Florida territory or whatever. So
FTW, yeah,
WWE was or TNA became over it as like their training facility.
hmm,
So during that time, it was 2012, 13, and for like a hot dog and handshake, I was there. Like, I wasn't a wrestler yet, and I was the nerd. Like, the guy that was over the school was Rip Rogers,
yep,
and I'm just like this nerdy 18-year-old kid. I literally would go to the corner and open up a book and read a book. As Rip Rogers is like cussing everyone out, like,
yeah,
so during my early days uh of wrestling, when I was around Rip Rogers, and then when I got discovered by Bobby Blaze, and Bobby Blaze was like, "Yo, kid, there's money behind this, there's a career behind this, like, you have something about you, you need to do this for a living."
yeah,
And he's
yeah,
like, "Become the wrestler, you have the athletic background, you were an athlete your whole life, do this." So after Bobby was Funaki, Rikishi, etc. But during the early days, when I was on the Shindies, I studied footage like Macho Man and his promos back in the day. I
yeah,
I watched how his ballets were. Like, I watched how Miss Elizabeth to Woman
Woman,
to
yeah.
Scary Sherry, you
Yep.
know, like that shit. Like I watched how they performed and sold towards the camera and how they enhanced the act, because wrestling is a dance and it's so fluid and so beautiful, and it's like dun 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 dun, dun. And there's a spot for the crowd even is a part of our dance, like the way the crowd sells enhances our motion. And then the ref da, 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 it's like an orchestra. And then as a manager, there's no shame in being a manager. It's just heartbreaking that I sacrificed everything to be a wrestler, just to be, in a sense, poorly put, reduced to managing, in a sense. But
Yeah.
there is an art and a purpose behind it, and I want people to respect that, and realize that with my career and with other people's careers. So in the early days when I studied, like I was like, oh, this is like an orchestra, this is like a dance, and it was how they would incorporate the managers into the matches, like these legends back in the day. But Paul Heyman is someone, and everyone's like, "Oh, study females," and it's like I did, and I respect the females, but also there's the master of the masters, and it's like in my opinion, because this is all opinionated and this is all what's my favorite flavor, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, dude, I feel like Paul Heyman is the master of the craft, and love
Yes.
him, hate
Yes.
him on his shoot life or in his career, like, dude, you cannot deny that man's talent.
Oh,
And I
so
don't know
good.
him personally, but like, dude, like if I'm ever able to meet him, I just want to pick his brain and become a
Oh,
sponge, because now
yeah.
that I truly want a career as a manager, now that I want a job as a manager, I say it to the heavens and people need to hear this. I want to be the female Paul Heyman.
Yes, I love it. I love hearing it. I'm a huge fan of Paul Heyman. I've studied his work, watched so much ECW, watched his documentaries, watched the way his brain works. So I knew that when me and you were going to get to that point of the discussion where we got to Paul Heyman, I know me and you were going to vibe really well because to me, he's the goat of all goats. That man is brilliant.
He's amazing. He truly is amazing, and I would love to train under him, study him, work under him, like just to watch him in real time would be an honor. So maybe we can manifest that this year, and maybe
Yeah.
I can, because it's all about, you know, stepping stones. And just like I learned how to walk again, and it took these different steps to get there. And just as I started to manage again and started to travel again in vehicles and started to fly again, like that was wild to do that with my disease. And then I started to go to other countries, and now I'm flying for 8 hours. That's gnarly to do with my disease. All this is a build. This is a test. This is
Yep.
a challenge on my body. So if I could train and really like digest these manager roles, like maybe I can be the female Paul Heyman by next year.
Hey, I could see it. I could see it, and I'll be one of the ones rooting for you for sure. I love it.
Thanks, babe. I really appreciate it. I want us all to win.
Yeah, same here.
I've never understood the toxicity side of any form of entertainment, but I've never understood the gatekeeping, the
Yeah.
manipulations, the politicking, the backstabbing, the let's gatekeep and stuff. Like I've seen a crack in the gate and it has been opened, and I am the Cinderella story that's stepping through. And the difference about me from others is I have suffered so much to get through
You
that
have.
gate that I am already turning around and saying, come the fuck on, and letting everyone through. Everyone that deserves a spot will get a spot once I'm there. Like, I don't believe in this bullshit. I want us all to eat, all to win. Be genuine, be kind. We love this shit. Let's help each other. Let's have a camaraderie. Wrestling is supposed to be brother and sister and family. And I'm not saying we need to stroke everyone's cocks and love, like show love, show kindness, but I'm not saying like we're not all gonna get along, and we're not
Yeah.
like you don't have to like everyone, but let's be good to each other. Like it's
Yep.
truly not that hard. So now that God's blessed me and I've got to this point, I truly will help everyone. And I'm gonna make sure that wrestling is a really good, safe place in every locker room that I'm in.
I love to hear that. I love that energy. And it's your journey that puts you in the mindset that you are. Let's hit this chat one final time here before we slide out of here because I got Nightwing. He's asking, would you ever come over to the UK? And if you know of the indie scene over there, would there be any particular companies that you'd like to work for?
Mm. Yeah, I
I'd like to see the
just
ring rat over there in the UK.
I like I just got back from Scotland. I did my 3 day tour in Scotland, worked Valor and
Oh,
then
nice.
W3. So I got my toes wet with that,
Yeah.
and I'm in talks now with this company in London. I can't remember their name. Uh shit. But then I'm in talks with this French company and German company. So I have different people that are wanting to bring me in and see Paige Collett over there for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just the ring rat in JCW, guys. I'm not able to bring that character anywhere else. That is
Ah,
strictly
gotcha.
for that
Okay.
TV show.
Gotcha. Just for that TV show. Totally understand there. So they get Paige Collette. But still, I mean, you'd bring that vibe for sure. And that's what people like to see. I got B York in the chat. He said, if you got to be a current, he says mainstream, I guess like television wrestlers manager, who would it be? Is there anybody in particular you'd like to manage?
Like Natalia, but I don't really
That'd be
watch.
dope.
I This is gonna sound so cringe, guys,
That'd
but
be dope.
I don't really watch the product. So maybe if I couldn't manage Natalia, I would want to manage Chris Jericho.
Oh, hell yeah. That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Let's manifest that.
I want to see it. I'd want to see that. That'd be
Like,
great.
how great would that be? Is if I just keep on leveling up, getting better and better. Uh, and like I'm gonna cut another probably another 35 pounds of fat, you know. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to build some muscle. I'm gonna
Yeah.
continue elevating my gear, my in-ring gear. I'm gonna continue elevating my promo abilities. I'm, working hard with JCW. I'm dipping my toe with this NWA stuff. I'm like really trying
Yes.
to work hard and pay my dues and be respectful. And I feel like if my destiny would be to go to AEW as opposed to WWE, or like if I'm offered a job, I would. That'd be so cool to manage him for sure. Be his
Uh,
Paul Heyman.
yeah, that'd be sick. That would be sick. I'd love to see that. We also got Nightwing here in the chat. He says, I love it when a wrestler says, I just want everyone to win. It's a breath of fresh air. Yeah, Nightwing, I agree. It's just a call to what Paige was saying, like if we could keep that camaraderie, keep that togetherness, it just helps
It's just
elevate the
I
business as a whole.
Well, a lot of people act snooty or aggressive because it's like, oh, they've had a hard life. Well, I'm the opposite. I've had
Yeah,
a
you've totally
very
had a
hard
yeah.
life and things that people don't even know about in my personal life. I have had a hard life. And instead of making that break me and making it, I want to make sure no one suffers. I want to make sure that no one suffers like I have.
Right on. No, I definitely appreciate it. And I appreciate your time here and coming on the show and just having a really dope conversation.
You
I
guys are
want
good
to
people. You guys are
thank
so
you.
fun, and I hope to see you guys around again. Like we met at that con, but
Yeah.
where are you guys out of? Where are you guys going and shit?
Well, we're looking to go to different places. Right now, I'm going to be usually at Emerge Wrestling. That's where we do things for the most
Okay,
part, but
where's that
main
at?
that's in Columbus, Indiana.
Okay, I don't know where Columbus, Indiana is.
It's like southern Indiana. Like it's probably like an hour away, maybe an hour and a half away from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and an hour away from Indianapolis, and that's kind of where we're based out of is Indianapolis.
Okay, well, maybe I'll see you guys around soon. But I really
Yeah,
appreciate you letting me share my story and tell people about my my trials and tribulations and my comeuppance.
no problem. And it's a great comeuppance, man. Like that's why I wanted you on the show because not only did I want my audience to hear your story. I wanted to hear it firsthand as well. I've been following you for a while. I've been a fan of what you're doing, and
Thanks.
like
I'm
I
a
just
nobody, but I appreciate that.
no, I mean I appreciate the humbleness, but like you're grinding and you appreciate and you deserve the love that's given to you. So we appreciate that. We're gonna continue to give
Oh,
you
you
that
scared
love.
me, Nate. My
Oh,
roommate just got here and he scared the fuck out of me. What's the
oh hell.
problem? Shit, I'm still on my podcast. You scared me.
Well, I'm gonna get you out of here because I'm gonna give you a chance here though before we do because I want to show that love. Where can they catch you? Your social media, your upcoming appearances, all of that stuff. The floor is yours, Paige.
Follow me on social media.
All our social medias.
All of them.
I think it's on IG. I think it's Black Dahlia 47.
I don't know.
You don't even know our own social media. Y'all see what I got to deal with here. Listen, that is Paige Collett. She is amazing. Thank you so much for your
Bye.
time. This has been a great episode, guys. We'll catch you. I'm gonna be back here in a little bit with The Voice. We're gonna be watching some WCW, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Yeah, yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house.